again. Back to you on a very crisp and cool September 2nd, 2016. And reason it's this crisp and cool is we actually have a tropical storm coming. That's right. Those of you who haven't heard, Tropical Storm Hermine is actually hitting the Florida coast right now. I think Tampa is supposed to be getting some of it, but it's going to be a lot of the northern areas of Florida too, the Panhandle. And we're supposed to be starting to feel the effects from that this evening, sometime maybe around 5 or 6. We're expecting a lot of rain, torrential rains actually. They're talking 6 to 7 inches minimum. So we're going to definitely have some flooding. Let me take a sip of coffee here. So, at least 6 to 7 inches of rain, winds sustained 45 to 50 miles an hour with hurricane force gusts, and a lot of tidal flooding. So, the goal today is to batten down the hatches. Basically, I need to take everything in that could blow away, and pretty much we need to go ahead and start shopping. I need to get some canned goods just in case we lose power. Basically going to go to Dollar Tree and get some of their soups, maybe some of the beef stew, stuff we can eat if and when the power goes out. And it is a distinct possibility because when you get that much rain and you have the ground soaked with the winds, that could topple a lot of trees. I'm just remembering Isabel, when the winds in Isabel weren't even that much stronger and we had a disaster. We had thousands upon thousands of trees coming down, so we definitely need to keep an eye on this one, and I definitely want to make sure we're prepared. Let me show you what we've done so far. Dad's been working on this little project since early this morning. He actually installed a 14-gallon tank right in the back of the truck here. Basically what this is going to be for is in case we need fuel for generators, for our cars, anything like that. If the power goes up for any length of time, we can go in and get it from here. You see, got the fill tank over there. This is where he can siphon the gas out if he needs to. And he also has 2 5-gallon tanks here on the side. So basically almost 25 gallons of fuel can be had right here from the back of the truck, and these are now full. So this is awesome. We have plenty of fuel just in case the power goes out. So hopefully we won't need to use it, but you know what, like I said, you never know. Better to be prepared. Be prepared, the Boy Scouts motto. Guys, next thing we were working on is the trailer itself. We put the actual antenna down, which we had up for a while because we were watching TV in there. You can see Dad's right here. And we also put the bump outs in. The one in the bedroom, which is here, and then also the one for the living room, dining room area, which is right here. We actually had an initial problem when we did this. When we put it in, let me show you what happened. But if suffice to say, eventually everything worked out okay. They went in just fine. I believe that should be in all the way. Now you get to see the trailer with the bump outs in. Basically, this is what it looks like. You have a tiny little space to get to the actual bathroom in the front part of the trailer with the bedroom. What had actually happened when we started putting this in for the first time, instead of the bump out coming straight forward, it was actually angling up, and it was actually looking like it was going to go off the track. So what we did is we went ahead and pushed all the way back out. I put just a little bit of weight here as it was going in, and then everything seemed to be fine. I don't know if any of you guys have had that kind of problems with your trailers, but I thought that was really, really bizarre. But like I said, luckily it went in. You can see it gives a little bit of space here. It's funny, you can actually see this is the section that's usually outside because you can actually see the window right here. We wanted to be more safe than sorry because we could have left these out, but with the high winds coming, 40, 50 mile an hour and all that rain, we didn't want to run the risk of it leaking. I'm going to see if I can get back here and show you guys the bedroom. The bedroom, when the bump out's in, is pretty much totally inaccessible. This is what the bedroom looks like. So basically, you'd have to be pretty thin. I couldn't get in here, but basically you could sleep here if you wanted to. You can see the end of the bed kind of hits into the little stand there, or the little table, and we still got the TV set up there. So we're pretty much now all set for this hurricane / tropical storm. praying it's actually just a tropical storm when it hits us. That's what they're predicting it to be. But yep, trailer is nice and secure. So I am heading out to the thrift store and dollar store right now to start stocking up on goodies for the hurricane, or in this case, tropical storm, more likely than not. But I figured this was a good time to go over some hurricane/tropical storm preparedness. Now that we're in the prime season for them, hurricanes and tropical storms, it's important that you guys have the right items around your house just in case. And my list differs slightly from what the news channels and what the NOAA National Hurricane Center will tell you, but it's generally the same type of stuff. The most important thing that you need to have in your survival guide is water. I cannot stress that enough, because what happens if you get a lot of rain in one area and it saturates the sewage treatment plants, then there is a very good chance that your water is tainted. And especially if you have city water like we do, they'll tell you that you can't drink it. Well, yeah, you can bathe in it, you might be able to do laundry in it, but if you can't consume the water, that's a big problem. So what I recommend, if there's a hurricane coming, you want to have at least 30 gallons of water, which should be enough to last you about 3 weeks. Now, they'll usually tell you less. They'll tell you maybe 15 gallons, but you want to make sure you do not run out of water. And the easiest way to do this is to get some of those 5-gallon water cooler jugs. You don't even have to have a water cooler specifically. Just get them. They're very cheap. You can get them half-time, get them for free off of Craigslist. Clean them and bring them to Walmart or some place that fills them up, and fill them up, because that is the most important thing. And water will last. People tell you water only lasts a year in storage. That is not true. We had water sitting over 5 years and we had to use it. It was absolutely fine. So water does not go bad, guys. Next thing, you want to have an ample amount of food, and you want to make sure you have an ample amount of non-perishable food. That means canned goods, dry goods, dehydrated goods. Like you get dehydrated, you get beef jerky, you can get dehydrated fruits, but be careful with the beef jerky, because they tend to have a lot of salt in them, and of course that'll make you want to drink more water, so you kind of got to balance it out. But that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to Dollar Tree. I'm going to get things that don't require refrigeration, basically non-perishable. And that's important, because if you guys have a hurricane in your area and your power gets knocked out for 5, 6, 10 days, the stuff in your fridge is going to go bad if you don't have a generator, and you can't always rely on generators. Generators can fail, so make sure you have an ample supply of non-perishable dry goods. Next thing is first aid. I usually keep 2 first aid kits, one in my bathroom, one in the other bathroom in the master bedroom, and then sometimes I'll even have one in the car. I don't right now, but I'm going to try to rectify that soon, maybe even today. First aid kit: Band-Aids, bandages, gauze, tape, and not just that. You want to look at your antibacterial stuff like Neosporin, maybe hydrocortisone cream, alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, witch hazel, all the stuff you need to treat a wound, because heaven forbid something happens to you during the storm and you can't get to a hospital. You guys need to be able to treat it yourself. So that's the basic stuff. Sometimes they'll tell you to bring like ace bandages, which is not a bad idea. Now, if you were to break a leg or something, you could get a little stick or something to set that with. So you don't really need a lot of the high-end medical equipment, but just the basic stuff should suffice. Next, things like water purification tablets are not a bad idea, but that shouldn't be an issue if you prepared and had enough water on hand. And another thing I can recommend that you do is, before the storm, if you have tubs in your house, fill them up with water. Like we have that humongous garden tub that I bathe LT in about twice a year. Make sure you fill something like that up, because if you clean it and you fill it up beforehand, in a pinch you can drink that water. And it may not be the best tasting water, but it won't hurt you. There's not going to be any kind of parasites or anything floating in there. Another thing you can do, and a friend of mine did it, is you can get what's called a rain catchment system, because rain coming down is some of the purest water around. Now, that being said, they still usually recommend you purify it, so I would still have some type of purification tablets around. But if you have those tablets and you have like a rain catchment system, usually it works by feeding water from a gutter into some type of barrel. That water with the purification tablets, you should be safe to drink. So that's just my basic survival guide. There are other things you're going to want to do, but if you follow those like guidelines, you should be fine during a hurricane or a tropical storm or earthquake. I mean, this not only applies to hurricanes and tropical storms, but any kind of natural disaster, terrorist attacks, you know, maybe earthquakes. Guys, well, I hope this helped you out. At least it helped out the people that have maybe just moved into the area and are not used to dealing with the tropical storms and hurricanes that we get here. Well, I'm at the thrift store right now, so I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Just left Dollar Tree, and I thought I'd go ahead and do a Dollar Tree haul video for you guys. I got a lot of stuff today, so I'm not going to show you everything because a lot of the stuff is repetition, but I'm going to show you a few of the more unique items that I found. One, and I have gotten these before, are these Betty Crocker cheddar mashed potatoes. These things are awesome. We had these, I'm trying to think what dish we had these with. We had these with some beef dish the other day. I can't remember which, but they're awesome. They're made just like regular, basically potato flakes. They add the cheese to. Absolutely incredible. If I ever get a chance, I might go ahead and do a review on these. But if you find them in your local Dollar Tree, they're worth picking up. For us, we usually get 2 boxes. That's usually enough for 1 or 2 meals. We like to have a little bit left over if we can. Next, picked up 2 bags of this premium cat food. Now, this says compared to the ingredients in Purina cat chow. Now, that is the food that they recommended to me when we got Cassie. So I figured if it's got the same ingredients, then this might be good. This is a 14-ounce pack, and we're going to give it a try. Now, if it does upset their stomachs, I can always switch back to the other food we've been giving them, but you save so much with this, it's definitely worth a try. Got a few more things I want to show you. They have some new Progresso soups in right now. This one is the 99% fat-free beef and barley, which I have had before, but not from here. This is the one we used to get at Food Lion. This is excellent. Very, very good flavor. And you just got to watch the salt content on these, but pretty much anything you get that's going to be canned is going to be loaded with salt. Then I picked up 3 of these. These are the classic luncheon loaves. This is basically their version of Spam. It's just the Bristol brand. It says made with chicken, ham, baked ham seasoning, smoky flavor added. Again, these are not great for you, but when you're trying to get something ready for a hurricane or a tropical storm, this does not require refrigeration. So this can literally just sit on the counter, and you can take bites of it during the day to kind of keep up your strength if you need to. They got a few new ones in for the Hanover brand soups. The one I got today was the chunky chicken noodle, which looked really, really good. 15 ounce, so it's not a huge thing for $1, but it's enough. You know, this will get you going for a meal or two. Then I got the Kendall Farms cream of chicken condensed soup. Again, this is really good on a cold day. Usually I'll eat this in winter, but this, if you're without power, you don't have any way to cook food, this one you can do right on the stovetop, or in my case, I can even take out the Coleman stove and cook this. And this is actually good for 2 people, so, you know, keep us going when we don't have too many other options. Hopefully, again, that doesn't happen this time. Another one of the Progresso soups I got was a 99% fat-free. Actually, I'm sorry, this is the same one, beef barley. I think that was the only ones of the Progresso soups. They were actually really low on the Progresso soups this time. Let's see what else. If we got anything else here. Here we go. This one is, again, 99% fat-free New England clam chowder, which is one of my favorites. Neither of my parents will eat clam chowder, but I absolutely love it. Picked up some of this Southgate beef stew. I've showed this to you guys in the past, but supposedly this is a little bit more advanced or a little bit better than the other one was. It's an improved formula, they say, so I'll have to see, because I'll be honest with you, the other stuff really wasn't that good. Oh yeah, bear with me, guys. I'm trying to pull the stuff out, and it's really, really challenging because there's so much stuff here. Oh, here's another one with the Progresso. I got the roasted chicken rotini, which looked really good. This one is not the 99% fat-free, but hey, gotta splurge once in a while, right? And then, last but not least, I got 2 cans of the Hanover Wedding Bell soup. This is basically just like the Italian wedding soup. This stuff I absolutely love. It's got like barley, carrots, what else I got in there? Little meatballs, which are absolutely delicious, and I don't know if that's parsley or it's kale, and it's got kale in it. So this kind of reminds me of the Toscana, Zappa Toscana soup that you get at Olive Garden, but it's called the wedding soup. And if you guys get a chance to get that, it is awesome. Now, one other thing I neglected to mention earlier is I needed to pick up some batteries, and these are always good to have on hand. I had plenty of AAAs, C's, and D's, but I was running low on AA, so I went into Dollar Tree, and I got 6 packs of these Sunbeam Alkaline. You get 4 for $1, which is incredible. I mean, most places will charge you $2 to $3 for a 4-pack of alkaline batteries. These are great to have because I have radios they'll run on these, flashlights, remotes, pretty much anything runs on these. So even if I don't use them all for this event, over the year, they'll definitely get used. Well, that's all I have for the Dollar Tree haul day. Like I said, primarily focusing on the hurricane preparedness kit. I'm going to head home right now because we need to do a few more things before the storm comes. I will talk to you guys a little later. All right, guys, so we're almost done getting everything ready. Just got the umbrella down and put all the chairs in and this little kind of rectangular pattern here so the wind won't get to them. So the very last thing to do is to get all the loose stuff off the front porch. And then we should be 100% ready for this tropical storm. Let's see what we got we need to take down. I'm going to bring this in. These are okay because these are filled with water. They're not going anywhere. But I'm going to bring this inside. This is our little water jug for watering the plants. Let's see what else we got. Got to take this star down because last time we had a pretty bad storm. Wasn't even a tropical storm. This thing was banging all over the place. Go ahead and bring this inside. I think over here should be fine for it. I think the hanging baskets should be fine. I'll find out later if Mom wants to bring those in. But last thing definitely to bring in is her lantern because that definitely could cause problems. If that fell, it could crack the glass. No, Cassie. See, she's a little escape artist. She tries to escape out almost every time the door's open. She's very curious about outside. No, we don't want to lose you. We just got you. We just got you, little girl. She's going to go sniff everything I brought in. All right, so we are pretty much set for this storm. All right, guys, I'm ending the vlog here for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.